Here's my review for the Fantastic Four First Steps. Going into the Fantastic Four First Steps, I had very low expectations for this movie. Now, I haven't been on board with the MCU for quite some time now, but personally, I thought Marvel did a bad job in marketing this film. I thought the trailers were not interesting at all. Some character decisions that they've announced and made for this movie, I disagree with heavily, and ultimately, the press that the entire film crew has gone on for this movie is one of the most bizarre film presses I've ever seen, and it just makes me not care at all. So after I watch this movie, I don't think this is a bad installment to the MCU. I don't think it's a bad movie, but I think this movie plays it safe the entire time, never takes any risk, and when I left the theater, I just shrugged my shoulders and said, that was alright. This film does have some positives. Now, these positives aren't standout positives that made me love this movie and think that this movie is a standout in the MCU and other superhero movies that have came before it. But for me personally, the biggest thing that I really enjoyed is that this film was family oriented, and that was really a key thing that they focused on in the story, and that's something that I do really appreciate because that is something that we really haven't seen in the MCU. For me, I do think the standout is the four Fantastic Four members. They were a really good adaptation for this comic book crew. This is probably the best movie edition of the four Fantastic Four members that we've ever seen, but it's not so great to where I want to see more of them. While watching this movie, there wasn't major things that made me dislike this movie, but it just felt like this movie was just a super mid experience that really couldn't get over the hump and for me to really truly love this film. Now, my biggest issue is with the story. Now, like I mentioned before, this is a very family-oriented story, but it's a story that plays it safe and does not do anything that I thought was very unique or stands out from the other films that I've seen in general and for the other superhero films. For me, I just felt like this movie was very stale. It really didn't do anything, and none of the characters had moments to where they really stood out and made me go, oh wow, I want to watch this again, or this is just so great filmmaking that it just blew me away. Overall, this is a decent film. This is a good addition to the MCU, and this is by far the best adaptation for the Fantastic Four in the film format. But for me, I think that the film crew unfortunately created a story that was not interesting, and it just played it safe the entire time, and the entire experience for me was very stale. So I'm going to give the Fantastic Four First Steps a thumb sideways. I'll see you next time. Peace.